All right, when it comes to social media accounts, no one is really safe anymore. So it's no surprise that the NFL's Twitter account got hacked. Whoever broke in tweeted out that Commissioner Roger Goodell had died. Well, he's not dead. He's very much alive and well. But this is just the latest high-profile account to fall victim to cyber hackers. From Jack Black to Kylie Jenner, the list of celebrities goes on. Even Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg isn't safe. Passwords for his Twitter and Pinterest accounts were stolen. And this is a really big deal. People don't realize how, I mean, we all think we're taking safeguards, but that's Zuckerberg. He's the guy in charge.
Everybody's getting hacked. It's just if you haven't been hacked, I feel like it's a matter of time until you're hacked.
Well, what steps can you take to prevent something like this from happening to you? Well, Layla has a special guest with important information you need to know. Layla?
All right, thanks, Valerie. Just because you're not famous doesn't mean something like this can't happen to you. Hackers don't discriminate. Cybersecurity expert and CEO of ZOCCAM, Ashley Cook, joining us this morning to tell us how we can protect ourselves. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And this can happen to absolutely anyone. So first things first, how often should we be changing our passwords?
Very often. So I like to assume that everybody has malware. And so we get malware by our behaviors. If you see a free game or a funny picture and we click on it, or if we're asked to enter our login credentials and it's a spoofed email, so it looks like an email from a legitimate source, you go in and you put in your login credentials, and now the cyber criminal has your credentials. So we need to change our passwords, but we also need to make sure that our passwords are complex.
Yeah.
My daughter had a friend over, and her friend said, "Taylor, what's the password to your iPad?" And Taylor said 1, 2, 3, 4. And her friend goes, "Oh my gosh, that's mine. What are the odds?" So
very simple.
Yes,
right.
We need to change them often and make them complex.
And then different ones for different sites. Because it seems like that's what happened with Mark Zuckerberg. If you have one password for like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter, then that opens you up to everything.
Yes, and same thing with just a variation. So a lot of us will make the mistake of using our pet's name or child's name. And if you're on Facebook or social media, all of that information is discovered. It's easily discoverable.
So Ashley, what about using these Wi-Fi hotspots? Is that a good idea?
No. So we need to turn off your Wi-Fi unless you're in a secure place like your home or your office. And even sometimes our offices that use Wi-Fi, they'll have the name of the company and then the password is the name of the company. So you need to be very careful about using Wi-Fi and doing a credit card transaction while you're using a Wi-Fi that's not secure.
So these are things we don't really think about. You and I were talking about even like when you're on the airplane, perhaps,
yes,
and everyone else is glued into their phones. You have to think about the fact that someone else can get access to your passwords and your information.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, antivirus software, is that something that we should be investing in?
Yes, so I think that you need to have antivirus software installed on your computer and on your mobile device. But more importantly, you need to update your operating system. So every time you update your operating system, that will wipe out any malware that's on your phone. And malware is actually how we get hacked.
Bottom line, are cell phones safe, smartphones safe to use for things like credit card transactions? You know, I have friends who store all their passwords in their phones. Are these good ideas, or are we setting ourselves up to be hacked and have someone steal our information?
Well, I think that number one, if you're storing your passwords on your phone under your contact passwords, then we're going to have a problem.
Right.
Number two,
here are my passwords.
Yeah, you need to make sure that you have your PIN turned on, so that you're going to use a 6-digit PIN to get into your iPhone.
Right, right.
And then also you want to make sure that you have the ability to wipe out the information from a desktop computer in case your cell phone gets lost. So I don't think that cell phones are less secure than a desktop. I think that anytime we're connected to the internet that we are at risk.
All right, well, Ashley Cook, ZOCCAM.com. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing this information.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully
I appreciate it.
everyone at home learned a little something about how to protect themselves.